Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
Okay, everybody, welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Savage. We're coming to you from Buffalo, New York tonight, and on behalf of the WWE Universe, I'm going to do my best to bring you the coverage, the news, what happened live from Buffalo tonight at Monday Night Raw, and I have some help here with me, none other than Travis, who's going to be helping me talk about Monday Night Raw. Travis, how was your Sunday?
It was great. Good Sunday.
Good Sunday. Yeah, I had a nice, peaceful Sunday. A little rainy, but I took advantage of the dry spots. Did we have any dry spots tonight on Monday Night Raw for you? Anything that kind of like fell flat? I'm just going to come out and say it right away to you. I'd want to know right off the bat, what tonight fell flat for you on Monday Night Raw?
The Shayna Baszler versus Emma fell kind of flat for me. I mean, I get the point was only to go for, to get it set up for Ronda Rousey. But I'm like, when Emma came back, I really hoped they were going to use her better this time around. And I'm quickly realizing they're not.
No, they're probably not. But we're going to get more into that as the show goes on. Like I said, live from Buffalo, New York, Monday Night Raw coming to you. And kicking off the show, Finn Balor coming out strong, making a statement right off the bat. Like this is, and they've been saying it for weeks. Judgment Day owns Monday night. It's their show. It's their brand. The takeover is real and it's coming. And I've not going to lie, I've been very impressed with Judgment Day as of late. And as of late, I mean like the last 3 months, 4 months, very strong work from all 4 members, which is very rare to see from a faction, which is why they're so believable. We see Seth Rollins, the footage from, last week. They were trying to really hype up the storyline between Seth and Finn and Damian. There's a lot of story there to tell and unpack, and it's going to take some time before we really probably see it, give away an answer to what's kind of going to happen. Because right now we have no idea where it's going, especially after tonight, which we're going to get into in the main event. Kind of changed because of the actions of some people in the Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley had to calm down Finn Balor, basically. Had to get in the ring and calm his ass down because he was ready to just like snap on Damian Priest. What did you think of this opening segment? Do you think it took away from Damian's story, or do you think it added to the story that he has with Finn Balor?
No,
Rhea Ripley getting involved, getting in the middle of their beef.
I think it adds to the story because you got to remember, me and you, I think, might be on the same page of this. I still think that Damian is going to break away from the group at some point, and I think the easiest way to do that is going to be that basically he continues to be a, problem, and Rhea and Dom are going to get to the point where they're like, okay, look, we're not kicking Finn out, and we know we're not the problem, so we'll get rid of Damian. And I think I think you'll continue to build their heel heat and establish him as a believable face at the same time.
That makes sense. I can believe that. I can jump on board with that. Actually, I have no problem jumping on board with that. Rhea Ripley, straight out told everybody she's the most dominant woman in WWE, and that her Latino heat would put anyone down. She's really going to bat for a lot of people nowadays, including Casey Navarro on the Independent. She gave him a shout out the other day, so I want to give him a shout out too. He has a match with Matt Cardona coming up at the Battlefield at the end of the month. Very interested to see where that's going to go. I was there live for the first one. But back to the world champion. Let's not forget this is about Monday Night Raw, and that is Mr. Monday Night Seth Rollins. And him coming out with the wings is everything. It really is. That is amazing. It's different. You don't really see anything like this ever. I mean, this just shows that he doesn't care about the Judgment Day at all. They're not a problem. Like, this is such a disrespectful thing to do. And to me, it really adds another like layer to his character, and how what's the word? Narcissistic? I mean, egotistical? Because he really thinks they're no big deal. He can come out here and eat chicken wings.
I think it also endears him even more to the fans because it's almost like the two of them are fighting and he's like, ooh, drama, like, wings, popcorn, whatever. Like, like endears him even more in just the regard of like, I'm a dude. I still like drama.
Yeah, no, listen, he was great at carrying the storyline because there was supposed to be a match between Mr. Dom Dom over there and Seth Rollins. That didn't happen, but we'll tell you why here in a moment. This is Rhea now trying to convince Damian Priest that he has to talk to Finn Balor. They have to, work all this out. This is the tag team match that's going to open the night. We see Drew McIntyre making his triumphant, and I say triumphant return because he looked phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. If you missed this match, this is definitely a match you want to see because it shows you an even better, stronger, faster version of Drew McIntyre. They said he was like 270. I believe it. He might even be 260 the way he's moving around and the muscle that he gained. He dropped a lot of body fat, gained a lot of muscle. Looks absolutely phenomenal. Looks like someone that can beat Roman Reigns right now in the ring. A believable character that will destroy Roman Reigns because he has all that pull from, he already had his WrestleMania moment, beat Brock Lesnar. What did you think of tonight's opening match?
I liked it. It was a good competitive match. The only real complaint I had about it was I think that they need to quit having it be only Vinci that's eating the pinfalls. Like, I don't think it would hurt for it to be, this week it was Vinci, this week it was Kaiser. Like, I feel like the more pinfalls Vinci eats, the less believable we are going to be for, okay, he's carrying his weight in this faction, so he deserves to be in it. If you have one guy eating all the pins every single time, you know what you do? You kick his ass out of the club.
Listen, that you might be right about that. We saw the dissension in the Imperium coming in at the end of the match after we get the results where Drew McIntyre and Riddle were able to get the win, even though Gunther was ringside trying to interfere. But the one thing that I noticed in this match right away is the way Drew McIntyre came in absolutely just annihilated Da Vinci, right? Ludwig wanted no part of him. But what Drew did to Da Vinci tonight, almost downright disrespectful. Like, just sent him down a notch or two. Like, you're not on this level. You could try all your little fancy arm bars, smears, the rolls, all of it. It doesn't matter because I'm Drew McIntyre and this is what I do. And it's funny because then Riddle gets in the ring with him and now we have a wrestling match. And it kind of, in a way, drops Riddle down a notch. Because now Giovanni's out here doing all this crazy shit. You have Imperium now who, out of nowhere, just morph into this ultimate tag team that's doing the perfect job of keeping the opponent away from his tag team partner, working on him, ripping on him. This was a really good tag team match, and Imperium really showed out. But Drew steals the show. Great match, great work by everybody involved. I didn't really see anything that would make me question the authenticity of this match. Authenticity, if I didn't say that correctly. That happens sometimes when you're live. Even Corey Graves had a mistake on Raw tonight. He forgot how to describe a no disqualification match. Live on TV. He needed the guy from, where is he from? Scotland? Ireland? I don't even know.
I think it's Scotland, but
Scotland, they're all together. Him, Drew, Becky,
Kevin Kelly.
It's Kevin Kelly, the Scottish Empire over here, man. But listen, Drew McIntyre looked absolutely phenomenal tonight. He looked like a top-tier WWE superstar.
Yeah, no, I agree. You can tell that he took the time off that he needed. He bulked up. He got stronger. He's moving better. You can tell everything he did during his time off was so that when he came back, like you said, you would believe him as this like ultra believable. I'm just going to whoop everybody who gets in front of me. And I think that it's going to be good because as weird as this sounds, when you have McIntyre who's looking this way and Gunther who's been on such a roll, I mean, it's the whole irreversible, immovable object versus the irresistible force. You know, it's just there's never a bad time to pull that storyline.
A lot of people that I read on the comments tonight were saying that Raw sucked, Raw this. I disagree completely. I thought a lot of parts of Raw tonight were actually masterful. This storytelling right here of you have the Imperium, who's been this unstoppable faction for so long now, right? And we've thrown all these superstars at them, and they've conquered all of them. But yet here comes Drew McIntyre, and he alone causes this friction, this dissension, this questioning now. Gunther sitting there questioning his members. Like, am I with the right people here? And it's setting up so many big things that are going to come. I'll drop a couple of names. Dragunov, Braun Breaker. What if Braun goes to attack Gunther for the IC title and he gets his match and he's like on the verge of the 1, 2, 3, and then Dragunov shows up and he costs Braun Breaker the match?
Are you meaning to say Braun Breaker, or are you meaning...
No, Braun Breaker. I'm talking about like in the future, like to set up...
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't think as good as Drew McIntyre is, I think Drew's going to end up giving the rub to Gunther yet again. Gunther, I think, is going to hold it till the WrestleMania next year, and Braun will have a match with him, and then maybe Dragunov makes the save.
The only thing I see as to why I would say it's possible that Drew takes it is...
It's possible.
One, I've been reading that his contract status is not solidified, so if they throw him a title, they could go, hey...
Forget all that. Listen, stop whoever you're reading on the dirt sheets, because they don't know their ass from their elbows. Triple H and Drew McIntyre, I can assure you, are best of friends, and they have worked it out. The deal is real.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's going to get a lot of money. Drew knows that the WWE is the big leagues. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Drew has nothing left to prove anywhere. He is where he's meant to be, and he's going to stay there. So trust me when I say don't ever question it as far as like that. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't really see Drew leaving WWE for anywhere else because he's gotten so used to working here that if he goes somewhere else, then he has to learn their style of doing things, and he's just better off here.
Dude, the money he's going to make here, he had the whole crowd in the palm of his hands. People still love him. My man was getting pops. He was able to come out and steal the show. And the match of the night was the first match. I'll say it right now.
No, I'd agree, actually.
Without a doubt. He stole the show as soon as the show started.
Although, I will say, and I'm glad when we see this on Raw, the match opener was amazing tonight, and the match closer was...
The match closer was amazing, but I got my gripes about that, which we're going to get into. Now, Damian and Finn were trying to work things out.
I do like the new t-shirt.
Oh, yeah, the new t-shirt is fire. Yes. It's a very nice t-shirt, and it's nice that they're all wearing it, showing that they support each other. We're going to get a bunch of crap about this from SmackDown, the Tribal Court. Listen, I know it had 3 million ratings. I know it is what it is, but Roman Reigns, all right? Get over it already, man. Kick them out. Don't kick them out, or go call up your cousins. You have plenty of family members who are part of the bloodline.
Oh, he's kicked them out. They're out.
They're out, they're in, they're out, they're in. It doesn't matter. They're all I don't know what's gonna happen right now. This shit is crazy. It actually is really good storytelling. It is. It is the best story they've had in the last 10 years. But the way people are talking about this story, that it's better than or the best story WWE's ever told, I think we're gonna have to do a separate show one day where we talk about the best stories in the history of professional wrestling.
Well, and I mean, best story in the history of WWE, I don't know about that. Best story of the PG era? Yeah, I can see that.
Yes, it's the best story in the last probably 10, 15 years. I mean, probably. Easy. We have an interview now with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They're getting hyped up because they're on Monday Night Raw. They're hyped to be there. They want to kick some ass. They don't really know what's going to happen just yet. But then, of course, the judgment, they have to get in their business again. And you can kind of see the seeds being planted here because Dom's supposed to have a match with Seth Rollins, right? We'll get into that in a minute. In this year, they're going to be the champs by WrestleMania, man. They're taking it off whoever the hell it is.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's Judgment Day by then. Maybe it's Kevin and Sammy. I don't know. But whoever's the tag team champions at Mania,
they're good in the ring. Jinder is good on the microphone. And when you get vignettes like this, it establishes that you're not going to spend vignettes money on stuff like this if you're not sure that you're going to do something with them.
This is a legit tag team certified to go on a hell of a run right now, and I expect them to be a dominant force in this business for a very long time to come. They already have a lot of fans. They're already selling a lot of merch. They're going to sell even more merch. They're going to make even more money, and that's why they're going to stay relevant, because they look good, they are good, and they make money. Dom, Seth coming up right now, one-on-one. It's a rematch from last week's main event on Monday Night Raw. Dom coming out with his mommy. Seth coming out, and the match is going to start off like this. Rhea Ripley distracting Seth Rollins. He takes his eye off the ball, and Dom is able to take advantage with the sneak attack. But then we get the chase. Dom running away, running his ass off from Seth Rollins. But it's a setup. I thought we saw maybe a cash-in on the rise, maybe, potential. I like how they teased it a little bit because you never know what's going to happen. He's got the briefcase. He's there. But then, of course, the music hits. And here come the saviors, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Like I said, the seeds were planted. And you know what's coming. They didn't even announce it yet, but you already know what's coming. It's going to be a 6-man main event, right? Like 100%. Yeah. Now, we get a little... That's a picture from Ricochet and Logan Paul. Money in the Bank, that crazy spot through the table. Logan Paul coming out to the ring. And I'll say it, Logan Paul absolutely taking a dump on Ricochet. He embarrassed him live. He said, these people are, they're chanting for me while you're cutting a promo, basically. Like, he's like, you're a joke. He's like, you're 90% forehead. I mean, he went in on him. He went in.
I think it's funny because, you're 90% forehead. I did think that was a funny line, but I did also think it's funny coming from Logan Paul, whose ego is so big it has its own zip code.
It could take up 7 zip codes. It doesn't matter. He's earned his ego.
No, he's not.
He's earned his ego. Yes, he has.
He sold for his ego.
What sold his soul? He did selfies and vlogging, and he went viral at the right time, right place. Did some controversial shit. Did some stupid shit. Went to the suicide forest. I know his history. I know. So what? So
here's my thing. I could even overlook most of that, including I don't know if
he's a kid. He's stupid.
But kids are stupid. Here's the thing that I don't like. He came into WWE, and as part of his contract, he originally wanted it. They thankfully said no, but he originally wanted it that I'm only going to sign this contract if y'all agree that y'all won't ever make me a heel. You can't be a babyface, dude. Nobody's going to buy that. Everybody fucking hates your ass. You can't be that, and that's what I don't like is he still to this day kind of tries to cut these promos like yeah, I'm this guy, y'all cheer for me, and it's like they're not cheering for you, they're cheering that you're here so that they can boo you.
So what? He had a fan out there, just like he told Ricochet. And you know who you are? You're a Logan Paul hater. Just like you hate CM Punk, you hate Logan Paul. There's nothing that I can say or do
I
that's going to
hate
change
horrible
your mind.
human beings. I'm sorry.
How do you know he's a horrible human being? You've never spent time with him.
How he's acted.
How he's acted. He's in character. He's in gimmick. He's doing his job. He's full-time 24/7 gimmick.
I'm talking about when he's not on the WWE show. I'm saying his character, if you want to call it that, outside of WWE is a miserable human being as well.
You know what? That's your opinion. All I'm going to judge this dude on is what he does in the ring when he has the opportunity.
In the ring, I will give him all the props in the world.
And what he does in the ring when he has his opportunity, unfortunately for me to say this as a wrestler and someone who knows what it takes to train and get in the ring, and it takes time. For Logan Paul, it doesn't take any time. For Logan Paul, he gets in the ring and on the biggest stages with the most pressure, with the least experience, and delivers the most memorable matches in modern history.
No, I think a large part of the pressure is removed, knowing that let's just say he has an absolutely god awful match. Everyone trashes him. They say it's the worst thing ever. He needs to retire. He can be like, okay, cool. I can retire from wrestling tomorrow because I don't need it for my paycheck. I still have my own living.
Logan Paul's an absolute beast, and he's going to be a legend in this business, whether you like it or not. So just like Raquel told, what's her face, Rhea Ripley, get used to it. Just get used to it.
From an athletic ability standpoint, I agree with you. He deserves to continue to be in great matches.
Well, now we're going to get into this next match of the night between Becky Lynch and Zoe Stark. And I'm going to go straight to you, Travis. I'll play the slides. You tell me your rundown of this match, what you thought about it, the results, the storytelling, all of it.
You know, I mean, all in all, not a horrible match. My only real complaint with it, other than just the outfits, and I mean, I have to admit, the fur coat with the mask gear, to me, is just kind of funny because they so clash with each other. But the match itself was decent. I mean, the action was good. The only complaint I had was that at the end, it came down to kind of distraction finishes, which WWE seems to be love doing. And I feel like if you do a distraction ending with, like, I'm going to say 80% of your endings, it kind of cheapens the effect. And that's my take.
It cheapens the effect?
Mm-hmm.
That was your take on this match? Listen to me. Right here, what you have is probably the most talented woman that's coming up in the world of wrestling today on the main roster, in Zoe Stark. What you have here,
I would say that was my take on the ending. My take on the whole match was I said...
Tell me.
I said Zoe Stark was extremely talented. I said, I think Zoe Stark is a future women's champion. I don't think she's going to be the one necessarily to take it from Rhea, but I think that she can take it from whoever takes it from Rhea.
All right. Nobody's taking it from Rhea Ripley. No one's taking it from Rhea Ripley today, tomorrow, next week, next year. She's going to have that title. She's going to have that title longer than Bruno Sammartino had his. Mark my words. She's the perfect age, perfect shape, perfect character. Believable that she can whoop almost anyone that walks in the ring with her. Which is whoop them. Whoop them. Whoop them. You don't like that? You think she's going to lose it?
No, I was trying to see the longest. I was trying to see the longest title reign.
Oh, probably Mae Young or
Fabulous Moolah.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Probably unstoppable reign, 30 years or something like that. That's why I said
3,000 days.
Oh, 3,000 days? Oh, that ain't shit. I think Rhea Ripley can do that. But Zoe Starks was super impressive. The match looked very real. Because it wasn't so perfect and they were stumbling and bumbling and it looked like they were genuinely fighting for position and fighting for a submission and fighting for just, the upper hand the entire match. It had a nice authentic style, and then of course you get the nasty heel finish. Trish ended up getting blasted in the face because she had to get involved and trip Becky Lynch up and all that stuff. But Becky came back with a big drop kick right to the face. But Zoe, at the end of the day, picking up the biggest win in her career. She beat Becky Lynch. She beat the man.
Well, I mean, this is not only is this the biggest win of her career, but let's remember something here. This is the woman who, on her main debut, can say, "Remember my debut? It was that I came in and I broke Becky Lynch's nose. She was bleeding like a stuffed pig from her nose." Like, who else can say my debut was I came in and I broke somebody's nose?
True. Shit is real. Seth Rollins having a team meeting with his tag team partners for later tonight's main event. They're getting ready. Kevin Owens says, I got the game plan. Punch people in the face, beat them up, kick their ass, and make sure they walk out of here busted open, basically.
Good game plan.
Are you ready for the graduation party that we're going to get right now? Are you not proud of Miss Dupree? She's the only female in history to ever graduate from Alpha Academy, I'll have you know.
I mean, hey, people graduate faster from this school than they do from Chase U. So, I mean, I guess they're doing something right there.
Look, because that thing, she has the best teacher in the world in Chad Gable. I mean, look at the look on his face right there.
That
He's
is
so
not
happy.
a good picture of him.
It is a great picture of him because,
His
listen,
eyes look like a
shush, shush,
shush.
shush. This was good shit. It was all good shit. I mean, I knew what was coming, but I still liked it. I didn't care. Otis was funny. Gable was funny. Dupree did her thing. They wanted to gift her this jacket. And the damn Viking Raiders, so stereotypical, they come down and they steal her coat because at the end of the day, they called her, a few people have called her a witch. Valhalla over here. Do you think she's a witch? Do you think she's going to cast a spell on this
That's
jacket?
what her gimmick is supposed to be. Absolutely.
Do you think that's where we're headed with this?
Possibly. Who knows? Do I think it's going to be, her going like, curse people? No, I don't think I see that. It's not a comedic character. But, I think we could see a promo or something next week where she's like, burning the jacket as an offering or something like that.
Okay. I mean, I could see that. Maybe. But they're going somewhere with that. She's a witch, apparently. I've heard it multiple times, so we'll have to wait and see where that storyline's going to go. Now they give us a little...
Can I just say, I absolutely love Chad Gable and Otis. These are two guys who are very good at technical wrestling. Very big, very powerful, and yet they're totally okay with being in this super comedic gimmick that's working.
Yeah, because it's called they're good workers. They do what they're told when they're told, and they do it to the best of their absolute ability.
I agree. I think
that's why they're going places.
Chad Gable even put an insane amount of effort into that whole Shorty G gimmick. Like if you can put effort into that,
Chad Gable wrestling wise is probably top 5 in the world right now. Pound. I mean, if you really want to talk about it, that guy can go in the ring. But let's not waste the whole show. I want to try to get Raw done in less than an hour since Jay's not here. We don't have to listen to his 15-minute rants about how everything sucks. We could talk about Shayna Baszler now and how she's finally getting the attention she deserves. She's finally getting the TV time she deserves. And she's going to have a match against Emma. Apparently, Emma was running her mouth. And this led to a match. And I love this because this is at least substance here. This is what happened. Now we have a match. And here we go to the match. And it's Ronda. She's going to come out here in a minute. But Shayna over here basically looking like Ronda. Now she's out here and annihilating people, annihilating Emma. Gets the job done, pretty quickly. And Emma taps out. It's over. You can't stay in the ring with her.
The only complaint I have is they got the roles reversed. Like, they're making it that Shayna's the heel and Ronda's the face, but if you notice, like if you listen, Shayna's getting cheered and Ronda's getting booed, and I've just always been one of those guys who goes, I feel like heel and face should be determined more.
They're going off. They're going off the feel of the crowd, man. The people, they want to boo Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey's the bad guy in this situation.
I feel like, they're booking it almost more like Shayna's the heel. I'm like, no, Rousey needs to be the heel in this story.
Well, listen, they got even with each other because last week it was Ronda who was left done after that knee to the face. And this week, Ronda almost broke Shayna's arm. And Shayna did a good job of selling that as she was leaving the ring. And so we got some storytelling here. We got some substance. And at the end of the day, we got a big win for Shayna Baszler defeating, it's not a big win, but it's a win, man. She whooped her ass in less than a minute. You know what I mean? A quick win. Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar. This was on their website. This was advertised for tonight. My people, my sources, everybody today told me, Brock's going to find a way to get down there. But guess what? He did not show up. He didn't get down there. Cody Rhodes, however, would find his way down to the arena because like he told us last week, he's ready to fight tonight, tomorrow, every night. He'll fight Brock Lesnar every night of the week if he has to. He gets in the ring and he cuts another I'm not going to give it a rating. I'm just going to say it was another glorious promo. Well done, hit hard, sold well, conviction with all his statements, and he basically is telling everyone he's next in line, whatever that means, whether he thinks he's going after Roman or whether he thinks he's going after I guess because he's on Raw, he has to go after Seth. unless he sets his sights to the
Of
Royal
course,
Rumble.
with it's something we have to think about. With a name as big as Cody Rhodes is, anytime he could probably walk into that office and go, I want to go after Roman's title. I want to be moved to SmackDown. And they're going to go, okay, cool. We'll move you to SmackDown.
It's a possibility. I mean, he's the type of guy where I think they would let him win 2 Rumbles, which doesn't happen. Only Stone Cold wins 2 Rumbles. Guys like that. But maybe he is that guy now. I don't know. If they let him win the Rumble this year and then lose the titles again, which I think that's what would happen, he'd get screwed or something. But for some reason, I don't know why, because of the number 40. 40 is a big number. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say 40?
I would assume how old he is or about to be how old.
No, God damn it. I'm talking about WrestleMania 40.
I just said or WrestleMania. Oh, I was saying or WrestleMania 40.
Mania 40. Big number, 40. The biggest match in the world that we could have at WrestleMania 40. And it's funny that today Paul Heyman had a video basically talking shit to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, saying, listen, Dwayne has a fantasy that he can, come to WrestleMania 40 and beat Roman Reigns. Dwayne lives in a fantasy land that he thinks he can come and beat the greatest of all time. The Rock is in a fantasy land if he thinks he can come and dethrone the tribal chief. And guess what, Dwayne? Until I see your name on a piece of paper, that's all it is. It's a fantasy. So Paul Heyman threw it out there already. I feel with my bones, this whole bloodline storyline, the end game is coming, and the end game is The Rock versus Roman Reigns for the title.
It's always been the end game.
For the title, too. And Roman will beat him.
I don't know that it's true, of course, who knows. But there were rumors of they were going to do it for last year's WrestleMania, but then one of The Rock's movies things got in the way. The end goal was always going to be that The Rock, who is the actual next in line for this clan, is going to come back and be like, look, I get that you're saying you're the head of the table, but I'm actually the head of the table. And they're going to fight over who's the head of the table. And I will tell you this, I think that if Rock comes back, we continue to see Roman keep winning, because I don't think they're going to take the title off of Roman to give it to Dwayne.
I think that Dwayne is going to lose to Roman at WrestleMania. Roman will go on to break Hulk Hogan's record. Cody Rhodes will have defeated someone for the World Heavyweight Championship. Whoever it is, probably Seth Rollins. I don't know, but he will be the World Heavyweight Champion. Then there will be some kind of a unification World Heavyweight Championship. Cody will go on to destroy Roman Reigns and send his reign out the door. And the next night on Raw, hopefully, you see the new winged eagle, one true World Heavyweight Championship in all its glory. And then you know who comes out the door? Matt Cardona.
You know what, Savage? I like your takes 99% of the time, but buddy, sorry, man.
That one?
You gotta give up on that Winged Eagle title. It ain't happening.
The Winged Eagle title is coming back. Savage will bring it back. I will bring it back. I will make it happen because WWE is going to hire me. They're going to give me all the money because I'm better than everyone in the world. There's no one that can do what I do better. I'll go in the locker room. I'll get everyone on the right page, the straight page, and anybody that's not ready to play ball is going to AEW. Gotta have collective.
Like AEW would benefit more from hiring you, so you can get that locker room cleaned up.
That's not happening, man. Mr. Clean and Martha Stewart combined in one mega demon cleaning machine could never clean up that fucking company. It's far gone.
Like that.
It's like trying to bring back to life one of those raccoons that's been run over like 37 times on the interstate.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a tough job. Like, you're probably not bringing him back to life.
And if you are, you ain't going to have much. The quality of life ain't going to be.
Quality of life is going to be real bad. But Cody Rhodes has a good quality of life right now. I don't know why, man. To me, when I see this gentleman here, when he says what he does, He wants to bring back WWE to a place that it was once glorious, and the champion was like this golden god. Winged Eagle, man. Winged Eagle! It's coming. Now we're going to have this no DQ match, which Corey Graves couldn't remember how to tell us what it is and what's going to happen. This match right here was actually fun. It was a great match. The Miz got the show out a little bit. It wasn't the match of the night or anything like that, but it was a hard-hitting match. I saw Ciampa got a little cut up on his arm over there. I saw him bleeding a little bit from the arm. I don't know if you noticed that. But they were going all out, man. Nice knee to the face there from Ciampa. But, you know, the ending was a little more controversial because we all know that The Miz has very deep pockets.
I liked the ending.
I'm sure you did. I like that, you know, what is that move called again?
Bronson's? The tsunami?
No, this move right here where Ciampa was on the top rope and dropped Miz. It almost looks like the white noise that Sheamus does. I don't know if that's what they're calling it.
Be.
Maybe. Well, he basically hits him with a white noise off the top rope through the table, and then Bronson Reed would make his presence.
I'll tell you the reason I think this was a good ending. One, you're continuing to make Bronson Reed look strong. Two, Ciampa looks good even in defeat because it took another guy coming in and interfering for Miz to get the win.
Yeah.
And three, like, even the Miz looked good in this. Like, every single person involved in this ended up looking good by the end of it. And I think that maybe even more so than was it the best finish ever is what is important, is did everyone come out looking good?
No, listen, you're right about that. Everybody did look good. Miz had a strong showing, absolutely impressive at his age, right? Because he's been doing this for over 20 years, it seems like, at this point. I don't even know if that's true, but it feels like it. Might even be more. I don't know.
I think Miz is going to be having done this for 20 years, and I think
he's probably like 14 or 15 years. It's got to be something like that.
Yeah, he's going to have a big anniversary of it coming up pretty soon.
Anyway, The Miz is a beast. Bronson Reed is the future, and Ciampa is no joke. You know, it took this. Look at that body just crashing down. And Ciampa takes the loss, and Miz loves it. Like I said, Miz has deep pockets, so if you get in the ring with him, you have to be careful because you never know what phone call he's going to make, and you're going to have a bad night.
And I wouldn't mind this idea either of like Bronson Reed being almost kind of like a hired mercenary.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's exactly what he is, man.
Well, I'm saying not just for Miz, just like that's almost
for anybody.
Gimmick is like I'll interfere in any match as long as I get paid for it or I get a title shot or something. I have to be compensated for it.
100% compensated. Now we see a highlight from last week where we got new number one contenders for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Chelsea Green, Sonya Deville. Absolutely impressive, just insane performance last week to get through all those tag teams, come out on top, get the job done. And then, you know, before they're going to have a match in a little bit, but Raquel and Liv Morgan are going to make their way ringside. Apparently nobody even made this official. They're just deciding that they can do this on their own. There's not a manager around. Apparently nobody runs Raw anymore. It's run by the wrestlers. I guess they know what time to just go on.
Same people who are running AEW.
Maybe Tony Khan's running back and forth. I don't know. I'm not there, but I will be. And when I find out, I'm going to clean this shit up even more so.
You know what I do know, and I can say this like out of my heart. You said we got new number one contenders last week. No, we didn't. Because right there, Miss Big Tall One and Miss Blondie, they are the new number one contenders. Because as far as I'm concerned, they're putting the titles on Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. I don't think there's a doubt in my mind they're doing that.
I 100% agree with you. These girls have already held the titles on the left, and there's more intrigue there for a matchup between them. Or I'm sure, in my opinion, from the seeds that are being planted, Rhea Ripley's going to make sure these two girls lose those titles. Rhea Ripley is going to be the reason why we have new titles, and Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, they're smart enough to get the hell out of there because, Chelsea was running her mouth about we. And Rhea's like, I never said anything about we, So Sonya's like, we got to go. They bounce. I mean, look at that look. Does that look like a woman that's going to lose that championship anytime soon? I don't think so. She's a walking gladiator.
No, but I wouldn't have thought that Asuka would have been defeated by Charlotte Flair at her first WrestleMania.
Why I did? What do you mean, Charlotte Flair? Charlotte Flair. But Rhea Ripley's surpassing Charlotte Flair
But
every
Oscar's
single
better than
day.
Charlotte Flair.
That's a matter of opinion, and right now yours doesn't matter. So let's keep it moving to this matchup right here. Sonya Deville, Chelsea Green taking on Katana Chance, Caden Carter in a rematch from last week's finals from the Gauntlet match. And Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville doing what they do. But before that, make sure you head on over to WWEshop.com, where they actually deliver the best possible performance from a wrestling company that sells wrestling merchandise. You will order your stuff, and it will come to your house in a very fast, timely, professional manner. Brand spanking new, smelling good, ready to rock. So make sure you go to W. How fucking dare you cut me off during a fucking commercial for the WWE to the point where now I cursed and now they're never gonna hire me. But you know what? They can hire me. If I was getting paid millions of dollars, I would never curse. I'd zip it. I'd zip it.
I was gonna say I'm helping you with your plug. I've actually even gotten my WWE stuff from the store. Sometimes I've gotten it ahead of when Amazon says they're going to deliver it, because WWE Shop is that good. They can get you stuff ahead of what's expected.
Yes, it's a very good experience whenever I buy from there. And tonight only save 20% off orders with that QR code right there. Head on over to WWEshop.com tonight. Give them your money, because I said so, you damn Mark. All right, we got women's tag team champions here. They're outside the ringside. They're getting ready to watch this match that's coming up between Caden Carter, Katana. It's gonna be. I knew it was gonna be a quick match. I did like the way they used the manipulation of holding the ropes to hold onto the bodies for all the double team moves. And as good as that was, it didn't really matter. I'm not gonna mention a couple of mishaps here, a couple of miscalculations, or it was just a little messy for my take, but it was a quick messy. And Sonya Deville, Chelsea Green showing you exactly why they're going to win these titles.
As messy as this stuff was, like you said, it was a quick messy. It was like they messed, they moved. It wasn't like, and I'm sorry, I know I'm going to bring this up, but it wasn't certain someone's trying to do the springboard DDT off the middle rope where he just kept going, and it was like, oh my God, guy, just let it in.
It did end, and Chelsea Green, Sonya Deville, correct winners here. Obviously, they got to get that momentum going into next week's championship match, which is going to happen. They wanted to give us a perspective from the referee's eyes right there. And honestly, to me, I wouldn't have did that. I'd fire that guy, because if I'm the ref right there, I can clearly see that her legs are on those ropes right there. I mean, that's what I see, but maybe not. I don't know. I see her legs on the ropes. They're saying
maybe
that's
she's
from the
nearsighted.
Maybe, I don't know. But the tag team champions, they're holding their belts high, and they're ready for their match next week. But
Enjoy
I don't think,
because that's your last time holding those titles.
I think you're right. I think that's why they got that shot in there while they could, because I don't think they're ready for Rhea Ripley next week. Rhea Ripley's gonna cost those ladies their titles.
Plus, for two people like Chelsea and Sonya, who've been kind of seen as like a joke, but yet are some of the best workers in the women's division, I feel like they should put the titles on just almost, if nothing else, to be like, see, guys, yeah, it's a joke gimmick, these two, but they're so talented that they've made it work.
Do you think Drew McIntyre and Riddle are still out there partying right now, exploring Buffalo? I would have to imagine there's not much in Buffalo to do except get killed or,
Pretty much.
Just being honest, it is what it is, you know.
You know what? At least in Buffalo, though, you can still go out. If they go to Detroit, man, as soon as you're done, you go to the airport.
If you go to Buffalo, what happens to you is the same thing that happened to Byron Saxton's commentary career. Gets murdered. I don't even care about that interview, Byron. Step it up, man. You got punked out. He tried to go party with Drew McIntyre and Riddle, and someone shoved him. Couldn't see who it was. Who's your guess that said, nah, you stay here. You're not coming?
Corey Graves.
Corey Graves? You don't think it was Riddle?
No, I'm kidding.
It's probably Riddle.
Probably.
So Riddle showing you that he can be a dick. Okay, I like it. I'd love to really go back and analyze the hand and confirm that it was Riddle's hand that shoved Byron Saxton. It adds a layer. If you're a nerd like me. I'll tell you what, you've never seen a nerd look better in a suit, though. I'll tell you that. Ever! Are you ready for the main event? We're
Yes.
45 minutes into the show, and we made it to the main event with over 187 different slides coming your way. Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, the Judgment Day. Main event going down. Travis, you said it was a good match. I felt like Kevin Owens took the brunt of the damage in this match. He was getting abused, and that cannonball drop off the top rope or senton, whatever, man. He just went. I mean, this is the screenshot from that. I mean, he went flying.
But this is nothing new for Kevin. You got to remember.
No, not at all.
He was being told in Ring of Honor, which was way more lax at the time than this is, that you're too dangerous. You're doing too many crazy things. Like now in WWE, exact same thing. I'm sure they're like, Kevin, don't do that cannonball off the top rope. And Kevin's like, I can do cannonball off the top rope.
I got to say, this Judgment Day showed amazing teamwork right there. They were 100% in sync. They had one little misstep that they did for storytelling. But at the end of the day, Judgment Day was strong. Rhea Ripley doing her thing, trying to, get them as much help as they possibly could.
The great thing about this match was also that at times it felt like every single person they were in control of the match at some point. So again, another really good example of how you make everyone in the match look strong during the match.
I'll tell you what, Finn Balor looked hella strong. Damian Priest looked hella strong. Dom coming out. First of all, anytime he gets in the ring, even when he gets tagged out, they're still chanting, Dom sucks. This kid is the heat magnet. He's the heater.
I heat this good.
Then you have Finn Balor. You got, Damian coming in, just clocking, putting in work, knocking the world champion, knocking around the tag team champions, making them look like absolute studs. You got Seth Rollins doing super kicks here that were going crazy. I love the way they improvised on that sling blade, and they still picked it up. Sami Zayn with a crossbody. He gets his half blue Thunder Bomb there. Then moments later, he would get the real blue Thunder Bomb fully, go for the cover, kick out. This was a great match all around, man. Kevin Owens comes in, hits that stunner on Dom. We get, this exploder suplex into the turnbuckle. You think Sami Zayn's about to get the Hoover kick. Rhea Ripley comes in, does her job as the perfect heel side piece. And she happens to be the women's world champion.
And that South of Heaven choke slam.
Yeah, a choke slam, everything. And then the stomp was money. And then this stare off was money. It was just perfect, man. They did it perfect. You have the sour look on Seth Rollins because he's the world champion, man. He doesn't want to walk out of there a loser. I guarantee you the post show of this for the house was phenomenal. They probably wrestled for another half hour or something.
And I'll say this right now. I really do think that the stare downs, the Money in the Bank, the Willie, are we on the same page, aren't we? I really think that they're going to, this second match that Finn and Seth are going to have, I really think they're going to do something to where it's like either Finn wins the title and Damian does cash in on him, or he doesn't and he blames Damian for it, or they're going to do something in some way, I think, very soon to be Damian's out of the group and he's on his own, because I think he's showing us that he can handle being on his own.
I think you're reaching with that one. I think it will happen, but I don't think it's happening anytime soon. They got too much of a good thing going right now to really separate that. They have a full year to tell this story with a briefcase, and it could end with a Damian failed cash-in, and then Finn costing him the cash-in, and then we get the dissension.
The only thing I don't like about that is I feel like there's been too many failed cash-ins lately. Like, I feel like...
Yeah, but it's the ultimate way to end the Judgment Day storyline, or at least end that relationship between Finn and Damian. Like, one of them has to go. It sets up a match, like the loser leaves Judgment Day type of thing. There's good storytelling there. And if the plan is to not take the title off Roman Reigns and to make Cody Rhodes the world champion, then you have to do that cash-in failure with Damian Priest.
Except that I don't buy for a second that Damian's going to cash in on Roman. I think he's going to try and cash in on Seth or whoever has the world championship.
Yeah, maybe, but
he's
that's how it sets up the whole thing. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Time will tell, though. But I've been liking the storytelling. I enjoyed the storytelling tonight.
Hey,
Raw
neither
gets
one of us can see
2
the
thumbs
future.
up from me.
Thumbs up as well. Neither one of us can see the future, and if you can, please tell me who's going to win the Super Bowl. We'll make some really good money.
Yeah, I'd like to make some money. There's another shot of that coup de grace that Finn Balor does better than anyone in the world. Next week on Monday Night Raw, Ludwig Kaiser, Giovanni Vinci. They are banned from ringside as Matt Riddle takes on the ring general, Gunther. And we have the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Chelsea Green, Sonya Deville. They're going at it. And next week we're going to have, I think, new tag team champions.
It's funny you did that thing a minute ago because
I did that because that's the only thing that would make Monday Night Raw better is if Rob Van Dam came to town, my man RVD.
So Finn Balor's coup de grace reminds me almost of like Rob Van Dam's 5-star frog splash in the regard that there are lots of people who do frog splashes. And I've seen a couple of other companies where people do the whole foot stomp off the top rope thing. But just as it was his, going up so high, slamming down, acting almost like he was hurt, that sold that. Finn, when he comes down and he extends his feet and he then kind of like almost like rolls off them, that to me is what sells that move as a finisher versus it's just a move.
Like I said, he does it better than anyone in the business. You see a lot of people do it, and they either do it too light or too stiff, and you can actually hurt people. It just doesn't look...
Oh, yeah.
Finn does it correct. Also, next week, you get the Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders, and that's all going down. But tomorrow night, I'm not done, Travis. I'm going to babble for about 4 minutes right now, and you're going to listen to every word because I'm talking about NXT tomorrow night, Travis. NXT's coming up tomorrow night, and the Judgment Day are going to invade NXT. Travis is going to be here to talk about it. Jay, I'm sure, will troll his way in there to get off his piece. Braun Breaker versus Dragunov. Travis, aren't you excited about this right here? Dragunov, Braun Breaker,
yes.
Tomorrow night, Judgment Day, invading NXT.
Absolutely.
We get a debut over here, man. New tag team that's been threatening to kick the shit out of everybody. We'll see if that comes true tomorrow night. Chase U taking on Drew Gulak and Dempsey. You got a pick for this one?
I'm picking Dempsey and Gulak, but
okay. I'm gonna take Chase U on that one. I'm gonna take these guys on any match they have. I call this match is going to end in some kind of shenanigans. I don't think we get a clean winner.
I don't think so either. And if we do get a clean winner, yeah, I think it's going to be Braun, but I agree with you. I don't think it's going to be.
I think there's a big chance that also Judgment Day interferes in a lot of different matches and puts their touch on NXT and especially.
Well, we know they'll interfere in anything to do with Carmelo Hayes because they've still got an issue with him.
Tiffany Stratton's definitely going to beat Ivy Nile, right? Like,
no question.
No question about that. Now, this is an interesting matchup because we have Tony D's fate on the line. What do you predict in this matchup, and what's going to happen with Tony D? Is he going to get all the charges dropped, or is he...
I don't know. There's a large part of me that goes, I think all charges drop, Tony D comes back. There's another part of me that goes, Joe Coffey wins, and that's how they write Tony D onto the main roster. But another part of me goes, is it too soon for a main roster for Tony D? I don't know. My mind is really torn on this one.
I love Tony D. I think he's ready for the main roster. I don't think the main roster is ready for him. Very interested to see in this match. I'm going to say Stacks is going to win. Coffey's going to take a loss. Tony D's going to get released, and then we'll get the match between Stacks and Tony D, and we'll see what happens from there. Wednesday night, though, AEW talk show. As always, after Dynamite, you can listen to Bully Ray or you can listen to Savage. The choice is yours.
Savage.
Impact live watch. Travis will be here. Hopefully Jay will be there, or hopefully I can find someone that wants to talk some Impact with you. God forbid. I don't know if I can do it again.
Hold on.
I'll try.
Speaking of that Impact, it was announced today that Steve Macklin is suffering from an injury after the Down Under show. So he will not be at Slammiversary. So Bully Ray will be bringing in a different partner instead.
And is he still the world champion? He doesn't have to give up his world championship?
He's not the world champion. Alex.
Oh, he's not the world champion anymore? Alex, that's right. Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot because I don't care. All right, no, SmackDown, live watch, Friday night. I've been enjoying SmackDown lately, and I'm starting to really love my WWE again because they're firing on all cylinders.
Yeah,
and they don't waste my time with bullshit. I think I'm going to watch SmackDown. I think I'll be there.
If they keep doing as good as it was last Friday, I think you're going to continue to see the ratings.
And Saturday, I've been having a good time watching Collision as well, and the ratings, our numbers do not lie. You know what? I'll go ahead and just show you what I'm talking about, Travis, because I don't know if you even check on the numbers, but you know you should once in a while. And last week, okay, these are all the new shows here, but last week our Collision did 347. Our SmackDown did 476. Impact did 168. Dynamite did 233 or 223. NXT did 125 and Raw did 115. So for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because of the bloodline or the fact that, you know, not a lot of people do good live watches. A lot of people do live watches. I don't know if they do them good, but
column A, column B.
Either way, the numbers have been phenomenal. And if we keep up at this rate, it's going to be good stuff.
Before we're done, I want to.
Oh, we're not done.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
We're not done because the Black Dahlia will be at the Wrestling Universe August 19th. The next day she'll be at Wrestle Bash with Haku. Make sure you come on and meet Jimmy Hart at Legends Fan Fest September 16th. Haku, Black Dahlia, Wrestle Bash, August 20th. Come on down. Subscribe to my cousin Cri Text. Get ready for the party with Marty. He's going to be on Dark Side of the Ring. It's going to be the episode that everyone's going to be talking about it. You're not going to want to miss it. I sponsor Outlaw Wrestling. And at Outlaw, this Friday, New Jersey, it's going to be at Bolero in New Jersey. Make sure you go down there. Just go follow Outlaw Wrestling on Instagram so you can get all the details. And July 30th, Casey Navarro takes on Matt Cardona, the Indie God, in a rematch, and you can only watch it live on the premier streaming network. So sign up now, $9.99 a month or $99.99 the entire year. And that's not true. I just lied to you. It's not the only place you can watch it. You can also go and find Battlefield Pro Wrestling on Facebook and buy a ticket and come and watch it live in Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania, July 30th. Only a few tickets left. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to probably be better than their first match, which honestly, Travis, their first match could have been a WrestleMania.
I watched it
kind of match.
I watched it back. It was phenomenal.
Phenomenal match and great story. I love the broski vibe that they had going there because Casey Navarro was really a fan of his growing up, man, and he did some awesome vignettes to work up to
and
that
you
match.
can see why Rhea Ripley said what she did about Casey Navarro. I think that he's absolutely a future WWE superstar.
100%. I agree with you. 100% I agree with you. So this has been a good show. Raw in under an hour. Because originally when I first started this show, I wanted to give something to the people to say, hey, Raw's 3 hours, man. You know what I mean? It's a long watch. Maybe you don't want to watch it. Maybe you're working too much. But guess what? You can find out everything that happened on Raw in about under an hour.
So I'm going to show this because this was my issue. I hate when they do shit like this. Viking rules match. And they just do that like we're supposed to know what that is.
Viking rules. Anything goes. It's a no DQ.
Viking rules. For all I know, that means the goal is you put your opponent on a ship made of wood and you set them on fire.
I won't lie to you. This kind of screams 24/7 kind of vibes to me, but it is what it is. So I'm going to try to challenge myself right now. I'm going to attempt to do this. I don't know if I can. It's not going to be easy. Where is it? Here we go. I'm going to try to give you Raw in under 1 minute flat, and we're going to start right now. Raw coming to you live from Buffalo, New York. The Judgment Day would come out to the ring to start things off. There was supposed to be a match between Seth and Dom, but it didn't happen because of some bullshit. But instead, we get the opening match between Drew McIntyre and Riddle. And then they lose. No. Drew McIntyre destroys everybody, looks phenomenal, beats up everybody, gets the win. They celebrate. Imperium are declining or, falling into dissension. Who knows what's going to happen there? And we got to keep it moving because we want to keep it under a minute. Another promo by Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest trying to work things out. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn going to get disturbed by the Judgment Day, planting the seed for the main event into sheer unstoppable. I promise you that. Here's that match that happened and the bullshit happened. The setup tried to happen and then the save from Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, that would set up the 6-man. Logan Paul shuts on Ricochet. Shits. Yes, I said shits. Shits on Ricochet. And they have a little thing, a little spew. Ricochet ends up walking out of there with a little bit of his head held high because he caught the cutter off the springboard from the apron. Oh, whoop-de-doo for you. Becky Lynch and Zoe Starks have a match, phenomenal match. Zoe Starks gets the biggest win of her career. Great job by Trish Stratus. Great job by Zoe Starks to look good, and good job by Becky Lynch putting over Zoe Starks. Just a good time all around Monday Night Raw. Another promo from the three guys in the main event later tonight. And Travis, I think I still have 4 seconds left. Alpha Academy. You know why I didn't do it under a minute? Because too many pictures. The only way that I can do Raw in under 60, and I wanted to tell you this before we go off the air, I used to do this. I don't know if you remember. You probably don't. After my Monday Night Raw show, I would go back on my editing software, and I would take the 30 best pictures that defined the night for Monday Night Raw, and then I would just quickly record Raw in 60, okay? And this was actually getting me a lot of new viewers at the time. But it's a process. Like, it takes me about a full 15 minutes to set up the slides, go through the pictures, pick the right ones, and then, of course, record a perfect 60-second video. Yeah. And sometimes that would take, sometimes I would get it done in one take. But then there's times where it's like, you get right like near the end and just not have enough time, and you got to just kind of revise. Like, all right, I have to change what I said about this, or not easy. Raw in 60 is a not easy video to do. You want to try to do it right now?
No.
Could you do it off the top of your head? It's not easy. I challenge anyone to try to do a Raw in 60 video and make it good. And tell everybody what happened the entire show.
No, there's no. In my mind, I don't know any way I could ever do a Raw in 60 because there's just so much to cover.
I can do it, but it's.
I mean, without going the shit that was shit.
Yeah. You got to be quick. Would you like to watch one of my old videos?
Sure.
Where I did it Raw in 60.
Sure.
Raw in 60. Let's see if it comes up right away when I type it in. Probably not. Well, a lot comes up when you type in Raw in 60.
Yeah, I'm sure.
How about if I put Wrestling with Savage after that? Let's see if typing helps. I'm going to find it. We'll do it tomorrow because I'm not going to sit here looking for all this bullshit. But everybody, thank you for watching Wrestling with Savage. We hope you enjoyed this show. We hope you enjoy wrestling. And make sure you follow, like, subscribe, share my shit. And we'll see you tomorrow night for NXT. Everybody have a good night. Nice
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.